Hey. Yeah, bud? You ready to film a video? Shut up, Kiki. Hi, I'm Nurse Huckleberry, and today we're gonna be trying a bunch of gluten-free pizzas. Let's go! Shreds, not cheese, shreds. It's fried. So I've been gluten-free for the past 8 years. I got diagnosed with celiac disease just after I turned 21. It's been a long time since I've had a real pizza. There's a lot of gluten-free pizzas on the market, so we thought it'd be fun to do a little side-by-side comparison and see which one tastes the best and is the best bang for your buck. But you know what that means, Studer?
Nighttime store trip?
Nighttime store trip. Let's go!
So we decided to walk to the store, huh?
For our health.
Health. You okay?
Spiderweb. Yep.
For our health.
For our health. We are back. So, we got 5 pizzas. They all have kind of different cook times and temperatures, so we're gonna follow each of them by the box, what it says. And then the ones that don't have pepperoni, I'm gonna put pepperoni on half so we can give them a fighting chance. The only one I'm like particularly worried about is the fully plant-based 2-cheese pizza with mozzarella and cheddar style shreds.
Style?
Shreds, not cheese, shreds. So that'll be
Ew.
interesting. Let's get this one in the oven. Chickpea makes delicious pizza. We love chickpeas. What is this? Why is it?
Conical.
What the hell is this? Okay, sure. That's why we combined 2 to make crispy chickpea crust. This is so small. How much was this one? This one was $10. Sure. Remove pizza from box and unwrap all packaging. Place pizza directly on middle oven rack. Bake until cheese is melted and crust is like golden. 12 to 15 minutes. Watch as it cooks. Okay. Okay. Is it supposed to be like this?
Probably.
The flying saucer. So this one, I'm gonna add my little pepperonis to half. These pepperonis are like comically large compared to the pizza almost. Like, I wanna see. It's gonna go on the middle rack. Also, what is this? There's separation of sauce. I do have a cookie sheet I keep in here underneath whatever, so if it goos. Ooh, looking toasty. It smells pretty good, and it looks good. Sounds crispy. We were planning on rating these on the crust, the overall appearance, and the value, perceived value, I guess. Oh, that's already worrisome. Oh, that doesn't feel very nice. Oh, this might be a little cardboardy. Oh, real cardboardy. I'm not used to my pizza squeaking when I cut it.
So what are your initial thoughts?
I think the crust is probably gonna be pretty bad. I think it's gonna be very cardboardy. This is not boding well. It's got some bend to it, but I think the outer edge is probably gonna be pretty ugh. All right, well, let's give it a go. So far this isn't looking great. It is not very good.
Let's try the pepperoni.
It's definitely better with the pepperoni, but like, it's a distinctly watery sauce. The crust isn't as bad as I thought it would be, but let me try this side. Yeah, it's not great. Crust, like a 3 out of 5. It's not really doing anything for me. Appearance, it looks good. It looks a lot better than it actually tastes. Taste, maybe a 2. The sauce is terrible. Like, it's not good. The sauce is terrible. The pepperoni does help a lot, but the sauce itself, not good. And then value, I would be pretty disappointed. I think this is $10. It's a pretty small pizza. It's pretty calorie dense. It's got a lot of protein in it, but I would be pretty disappointed with this. Mostly because the sauce sucks. Dude, are you gonna try it? You see what I mean by watery?
Cheese is good.
You want to try it with the pepperoni?
A little bit better.
Yeah, it's not much better. That's pretty bad. I really thought, I don't know, the branding, the marketing, I like the box. I feel like this cheese pull action, that's not happening. Let me even try just like ripping No, no. This is bad. This is bad, and they should feel bad, okay? No, this is not scratch the pizza-ish. This is worse than school lunch pizza. So, next one up, Miltons Craft Bakers Cauliflower Crust. Thin and crispy. This one, a higher temperature, baking for longer. Still placing directly on center rack. Let's see what this looks like. This one clearly has pepperoni on it. Oh no.
Redistribute.
We might need to redistribute. All right. This one comes with a little, you know, it's got a little cardboard, so that's good. Unlike the last one, which was really bent. Yeah, we're gonna need to do a little redistribution of these guys. I mean, I could always take them off half and test it just as a cheese pizza. I haven't tried this brand before, other than they have gluten-free crackers that I really like. So, you know, my hopes are high. My hopes are high. We'll see it in 13 to 15 minutes. It's time to see the baby. Oh shit. Oh no.
Oh, that's done.
Oh, it's done. Oh crap. Oh man. What are you doing? Come on, man. Come on. Oh. Come on, Miltons. I've only put it in for 13 minutes and it said 13 to 15. This one didn't tell me to check. Well, it's well done. We'll go with that. Thin and crispy. Yeah.
How's the bottom?
I mean, the bottom actually looks a lot better than the top does. It's either the cheeseburger. I don't know if I like the smell. It says to let it sit for 2 to 3 minutes before serving. I mean, look at how light the bottom is on there. Like. Okay, well, you know what, fucking Miltons. All right, I followed your instructions, so maybe oven didn't have to be that hot. Could have said less time. You know, it seemed weird that it was hotter for longer than the previous one, but you know, who am I to judge? Who am I to judge? Well, let's do it.
Ooh.
Crispy. I'm not very good at cutting these in half. Yeah, okay. All right, a little piece for dinner. So far, not super impressed. We'll see we'll see. Hot. It's better than the previous one. The crust is better, definitely. Crust is better. The cheese distribution is better. Somehow the sauce is better despite, I can't even see the sauce. Is there sauce here? There is sauce. There's sauce under there. It tastes a lot less watery. I think the other one, it tasted like it was using really cheap tomatoes that were like very watery tomatoes. This tastes like slightly higher quality ingredients in general. Crust, this one's much better. For a gluten-free crust, I'll give it a 4 out of 5. This is pretty good. Let me try the back end.
Always gotta try the back end.
Okay, 3 out of 5. I mean, it is burnt, you know, I would do a minute or two less than the suggested time. I wish it wasn't burnt. Say la vie. But yeah, appearance-wise, if it wasn't burnt, this one does, in my opinion, look better than the previous one. So, I don't remember what I gave the previous one, but I'll give this one a 3. And then overall value, I feel like I would be more satisfied with this pizza than the previous one. So, maybe a 3 out of 5. It's pretty tasty. This one tastes like pizza.
I like the chewiness of the crust.
Overall, it's pretty good. All right, next up, we have Open Nature Cauliflower Crust Uncured Pepperoni. This one, serving again, is half a pizza, 800 calories for the whole, so more calories for the whole pizza. And this one,
Come on!
all right, it could be exactly the same as the previous. Let's rearrange all of our pepperonis again. That's looking good. Okay, this one says 425, 10 to 12 minutes. Check after 10 minutes and continue baking for preferred doneness. Carefully remove pizza from oven and let stand 3 minutes before slicing.
3 minutes?
No cheese pull shown here. I feel like this is probably a pretty realistic picture of what it's gonna look like versus the previous one, so we will see. And I'm just gonna put it in for we're doing the full 10 minutes, and if it's extra toasty like the other one, then so be it. All right, that looks pretty solid. This looks pretty good. This is, I would say it almost looks better than the picture on the box. Like the crispy edge. This is nice. I'm excited about this. It's a thin crust. I like thin crust, so. All right, so far so good. I will say this looks a lot bigger. Oh, it does say enlarged to show details, so.
Oh, good.
At least they're telling the truth there. This smells pretty good. Oh, it's not as good. The previous one was better. It's a little more cardboardy on the crust. The flavor of the sauce and the pepperoni and the cheese is fine, but the crust is not nearly as good. The crust is not it. Appearance-wise, I feel like this gets like 5 stars on appearance. It's looked like the best pizza so far. Crust, the crunchy part was good. The back end is better, but the middle, which is most of the pizza, like a 3. It's not the worst thing. Having known this, maybe keep it in the oven a little longer, but I also don't want to like burn the toppings. I feel like the toppings are perfect right now and just the crust needs extra time. That's the hard part because the toppings, great. The sauce is good. Value, I think this one was $9.99. I'd be satisfied. It's not like amazing, but it's not terrible. But what do you think? All right, next up we got Bruschetta, kitchen fresh pizza. First and foremost, a delicious pizza that just happens to be gluten-free. The dough is stretched extra thin, made from scratch, gluten-free, delicious together at last, fresh pizza. This is another margarita one, so we'll add a little pepper. Oh, this is big. This one's way bigger. How much is it? It was, $14. Okay, well this.
$14?
So this was $4 more
Was it at least on sale?
No. Was definitely not matching the picture. The picture, it's perfectly even. Here, most of them are in the middle. Well, you know what? They're loose. If they were kind of stuck on, I would have said that's a them problem, but they're pretty loose, so maybe it was a shipping
Like a little
situation.
sugar?
If I was buying this pizza just to eat it, I would rearrange it, you know? Trying to give it a fair shot. Put our little pepperonis on. Now, I'm wondering if I thought the other one had a more watery taste to it, because it was actually just chunks of fresh tomato and not just sauce. But I also felt like they didn't put very much sauce on it. Like, it shouldn't taste watery regardless. Use better tomatoes, you know? Oh, this one's supposed to serve 4 people. So the other ones have all been 2 servings. This one serves 4 servings and it's got 1,200 calories. So
The whole thing?
the whole thing. So let's see. The oven should almost be 450. I'm just gonna pop this in now. Should be very close. This one doesn't have a little piece of cardboard, so.
Bye-bye.
That's looking pretty good. It's looking pretty good, Bart. Oh, we got some cheese strips. Careful, Bart. All right, the Bruschetta Kitchen Fresh. This one's supposed to serve 4. I mean, it is definitely bigger. This one was also more expensive. It smells good. I feel like this one smells the best so far. I don't know if that's from an accumulation of pizza smells, but we will see. I think this one might actually have a cheese pull to it. I lied. It doesn't.
Almost.
It tried.
How much of that has to do with it being gluten-free?
I don't think it does. I think it's more of a... I'd still say that this has a slightly better cheese pull than any of the other ones so
All right,
far.
let's start to the box.
Yeah, the box looks a lot... I don't know. The tomatoes do look pretty shitty compared to the tomatoes on the box. I'm trying to give us a fair shot at getting a pepperoni. All right, still quite hot. Let's give this a go. Oh, that is a pale bottom.
It's like looking in a mirror.
The cheese and the sauce are fine. The dough, the crust is quite doughy in like a school pizza kind of way, where you're like not sure if it's completely cooked through, but
Sounds good. What?
oh, I kind of got a lot of tomato in that bite, and it wasn't as good. I don't know, there was something funky with that bite. Let me try with pepperoni. The pepperoni helps. The crust, the edge is pretty good. I think the interesting thing about this one is it's not explicitly a thin crust pizza, and it doesn't have the texture of a thin crust pizza. It's not like thin and crispy. I'd say that the crust on this one, 3 out of 5. It's pretty solid, but it's not like amazing. Appearance, pretty good. I mean, really, it looks good. I would say probably 4 out of 5. If the bottom was more toasty, it would be a 5 out of 5, but 4 out of 5 for the appearance. And then overall value, I would not say that this would feed 4 people, but I do think it would feed 2 people. And I feel like the other ones are like 1-person pizzas, like in reality. So this actually is a pretty decent deal because you're saving $5, and I feel like 2 people could have a decent meal out of this. So I think this one is more worth the value.
Best one so far?
I think total everything considered, yes, but I think the Miltons had a better crust.
Okay, 1 more to go.
All right, last but not least, we have the Tattooed Chef plant-based 2-cheese pizza, growing and making plant-based foods for people who give a crap. Vegan, gluten-free with a cauliflower crust. This one says $4.50, 10 to 12 minutes. Once again, directly on the rack. Although this is the first pizza that has cheddar.
You're putting pepperoni on a vegan pizza?
I'm putting pepperoni. We gotta give it a fighting chance. The color on this crust, this is not looking good. This is not particularly enticing. I guess we'll just use the rest of this little pepperoni pack. Let's get her in the oven. My expectations are low. This is a hot oven. Woo. Crust is golden brown and cheese is melted. So we're gonna go for crust, golden brown, cheese melted. Which, I don't know what I'd say this is. Well.
Crust looks golden brown.
I mean, the crust looks,
I don't know if that cheese is supposed to melt.
I don't know if it's gonna melt. Does this count as melted? I mean, because that looks melted to me. There's just, I have concerns.
Let's try it out.
It smells weird. It does not smell like pizza. This is gonna sound really horrible, but it kind of smells barfy. It just reminding me of like a vinegary salad dressing that sometimes it can smell kind of like barf. And I really thought it would be better than this. It's got these weird crunchy things here. Like, I don't know what this is supposed to be. Anyways, the cheese is really kind of watery, and it reminds me, the smell reminds me a bit of when I used Beyond Beef, which is probably because of the pea protein in it. Crust is leaving a lot to be desired. All right, let's give it a go. Au natural. It's got a texture. It's not as bad tasting as I thought it would be, but the texture leaves a lot to be desired. The cheese, it is very gooey, but not in a cheese way. I don't know how to describe it. It definitely doesn't taste like cheese.
Your face.
You can't even taste the pepperoni barely.
Oh,
Ugh. It's kind of like nacho cheese. Yeah.
Why they gotta make the dough so bad though?
I don't know. That's the thing. Like, it doesn't all have to be bad. Okay, the crust, it sucks. It's not good. It's like kind of burnt on the outside. I don't know. It's not good. Crust gets a 2. Appearance, it looks bad. It does not look like a pizza you want to eat. It does not look like that. At all. Not in the slightest. This looks terrible. Appearance, it gets a 1 because you can see. And then overall taste, I'll say it tastes better than I expected it to, but it doesn't taste like pizza. It tastes like you mashed up the pizza Lunchables with the nacho Lunchables, and it's kind of like, you know what it is? It's like you put the Lunchables nacho cheese sauce on top of ketchup. On a cracker. Really, that's about it. There's no reason. You're allowed to use spices. Spices are vegan. There's no reason that this needs to not taste good. There's plenty of ways to make this tasty. Yeah, Bert, it's laziness. And you know why? Because vegans don't have very many good products available to them that are convenient. So they're stuck eating this. Just put some goddamn herbs in there. Just put some herbs. Overall, like a 2. All right. So here's all the pizzas. I'm not gonna move them, but I'll tell you the order that I think best to worst is. I'll say, I feel like these two are almost tied for first. I do think this was the only gluten-free flavor they had. If they had one with pepperoni, this would definitely win. I think it has the best sauce. It's the most flavorful. It tastes the most like pizza. Second is the Miltons. The crust is definitely the best. And it tastes overall like pizza. Then it's maybe 1, I don't know. What do you think?
I think if that wasn't burnt.
If this wasn't burnt, it'd be number 1. Right now, this one is technically slightly tastier. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I feel so bad. You know, there's so much that they could have done with that vegan pizza, and they just didn't try. We were planning on maybe trying them once they're cold, but I really don't want to eat any more of this. It's kind of a lot. We're not gonna throw it all away. These 3 we'll probably eat later. That one, not worth it. And that one, definitely not worth it. Thanks for joining me today. I've got some recycling to do. Let me know what you think about this video, if you liked it or not. Comment down below if there's other gluten-free things that you'd like me to test out. And if you have a gluten-free pizza that you like, these pizzas were just the ones that were available at our particular grocery store, which I feel like 5 is kind of a lot. That's some pretty good options. Not that all of them were good options, but you know, it's a large number of options. Kudos to Miltons. This is pretty good. And the Bruschetta, these ones are pretty good. I think Milton's gets the best taste if it wasn't burnt. But the Bruschetta, I feel like this one's the best value. If you like what you saw, give us a follow, thumbs up on the video. And don't forget, we stream live Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday over on Twitch at twitch.tv/nursehuckleberry, where we do chaotic comedy cooking. And it's a whole lot of fun. So join us over there if you like. And until then, we'll see ya. Bye.
Say bye, Bert.
Bye-bye. Bye.